In today's tutorial, we'll be making this beautiful Boubou dress with Ashoke details together. And this V-shaped Ashoke detail didn't happen by chance. There's a particular way to do it. In the next few minutes, I will show you the simple technique for matching the Ashoke lines or the Ashoke stripes perfectly to create this clean professional finish on a Boubou dress. And when there is need for a professional finish in and out, this tutorial will also guide you on how to do that. You'll be learning how to neatly turn your boubou with lining to achieve a clean finish in and out like this. And if you're interested in that, definitely watch to the end. I'll be using this Ankara fabric for this tutorial, and I have these options of the Ashoke. I have this blue with yellow details, and then I have this green and black details, and then this other one that is almost the same tone with the Ankara, so that is not even an option. I was left with these two, and if I was to choose, yeah, depending on how strong they are, I would go for that blue and yellow. But because that would not work with this kind of Ankara, this tone of Ankara, yeah, I'll be working with this green one, but this one is very soft. So you will need a shoke that is sturdy for the better finishing. But I'll be showing you how to go about it in case you have something as soft as mine. So I went ahead to fold my fabric, and you're folding it in a way that you have the front and back separate, but you're folding it selvage to selvage like this. That is the only way you have a long length for your boubou dress. This line you see me mark out here will serve as a shoulder line, and on that line I'll be marking the shoulder measurement divided by 2. Once I have it, I'm going to start from that point and mark a sleeve length of about 11 inches. Now on this point now is the point that we'll be needing for this tutorial. Then I'll mark 3.5 as an neck width here on this shoulder line. Once I have it, I'm going to come to this sleeve length here and come down to 2 inches for the shoulder slope. Then I'll be placing my ruler like this in a way that it is touching that 2 inches and the neck width. Then I'll connect the 2 points this way. Now, I'm going to measure from this shoulder slope down to her sleeve opening, and I'll be using 11 inches for her. At this point, you're going to make it just as wide as you want it, but you can do 12 inches if you don't know what to do. Now, what I'm going to do is to measure the whole of what I have here on the shoulder. That is the shoulder measurement plus that sleeve length. Whatever it is I have there, I'm going to minus 1 inch and mark it on the sleeve opening. Now I'm going to highlight this line, and then I'm going to connect these 2 points this way, and you can see that it is now slanty. That's how you're going to go about it. Then on this sleeve opening line, yeah, I'm going to be marking the hip measurement divided by 4 plus extra 4 inches. That is how much allowance I want to add. You can do more than that if you want it wider, or you can do lesser than that if you want it not as wide as 4 inches. Do you understand? Then that same value, I'm going to mark it all the way to the gown length. That same hip measurement divided by 4 plus extra 4 inches as is and stitching allowance. Then I'm going to start from this sleeve opening line here and come into about 2 inches and use that as a guide to cover out this point. This way it's not too curvy and it's not too shallow. It's just well blended in. I said that I used 3.5 as the neck width. Now I'm going to be marking the neck depth of 2 inches for the back. The back will be 2 inches as the neck depth. Then I'm going to curve it from that neck width of 3.5. Then for the front neck depth, I'll be using about 7 inches. And then I'm going to also give it a V shape from that neck depth to the neck width. Is the same neck width for both front and back. Then I'll be adding about ½ inch joining allowance here on this shoulder, following that shoulder slope line. And yeah, we're going to be cutting this out. I'll be adding stitching allowance on the neckline, both for the front and back. And yeah, you see me take out to the front to cut out that V shape. Now I'm going to be cutting it out on this side where we have about 4 inches extra added to the hip measurement. And then after cutting it out, you're going to have something like this. The next thing now is to go ahead and cut out your lining, which I have done here. Of course, you're going to cut them separate, the front separate and the back separate because of the difference in neckline, yeah. Yeah, the necklines are not the same, but then the down part, I made sure that the lengths are the same. So I folded the fashion fabric just where I want the lining to get, and that's exactly where I cut the lining to. So the other shortage, that is how it's going to overlay on the lining later. We are going to take out the front of this boubou dress now, and then you're going to bring in your ashoke. Now I want you to fold this just depending on the length or where you want it to sit on your boubou dress. If you want it to just go below your waistline, or if you want it to be on the hip line, just fold it as much as you want. Then you're going to take your time and arrange it. Remember I said that this ashoke I'm using is quite soft. So what I will do is just make sure that the lines are matching up, or the stripes on this ashoke, that they are matching up, then I'll pin it down. Then the next thing you're going to determine is which side of these stripes you want to be in the middle and which side you want to be as the edge of the ashoke. And once you're sure of that, you're going to place the part you want to be in the needle just on the neckline this way. Just match the neckline up on that part that you want to be in the middle, yeah. And then you're also going to make sure that it is matching up on the shoulder, not matching up like you're going to, it's going to be the same length as what you have on the shoulder, yeah. Then you're going to arrange it on this center point, arrange it properly. And that is why I say the more you fold it, that is where it's going to get. And then you're going to cut it here on the center front of your boubou, making sure you add about half-inch stitching allowance. And after cutting it out, you're also going to pin it down just so it won't shift. And then you also pin it down here before you cut it out on this shoulder seam. Yeah. After doing that, you're going to bring it out, and then the next thing you're going to do is to basically go ahead and join it with half-inch. Go to your sewing machine and join it. And when you are sewing it, make sure you are arranging the lines or the stripes just so they match up. This is what it's looking like on the outside, and on this side, this is how cute it's looking. Now, because I say this is quite soft, I will be interfacing it just one layer of this black interface, just one layer of that, and now it is very sturdy, just something you can work with. Now, I'm going to match it up on the neckline this way. Since you traced your neckline out on it, yeah, it's going to match up. Not trace, yeah, you traced it out, but we didn't cut it out. So you're going to just stitch it down on the neckline, also on the two edge. But to make it very easy for you, just so that the V shape of the ashoke is also matching up with the center of your dress, fold your dress into two this way. Then you go ahead and iron it to create a crease line. Then you're going to match up the V point of the ashoke on that crease line, which indicates the center. And once you're done with that, the next thing is to basically go ahead and finish up your neckline, turn it on the shoulder, fold the sleeve, close it on the side, and hem the down part. But since I'm working with a lining, what I'm going to do is to place my lining on the right side of my fashion fabric this way, and then you see me trimming out the unnecessary excess I have here on the neckline. I'm going to sew now following the V neckline, and the crease line which indicates the midpoints, I'm going to sew to that point, lift my presser foot and sew from that midpoint to the other end, just so I have a clips V neckline at the end of the day. Then for the back, you're simply turning the back neckline with your lining, and then after turning and top stitching the neckline, you're going to have excess lining on the sleeve opening. If you're working with a dress with an armhole, it's going to, that lining, excess lining is going to come out on the armhole. So just take your time and trim it out. And then once you're done with that, the next thing is to turn the shoulder, and you can decide to do it like this, yeah. Use the back lining to turn the shoulder, or better still, you do it in a way that you're joining the fashion fabric and the lining separate this way, whichever one you choose to. But I ended up doing the first one I shared, because I mean that one keeps the lining in place on the shoulder, and that way it's easier for you to work with the hem later. Now the sleeve is still open, but I went ahead to close the side seam, which you're closing them separate. You're closing the fashion fabric separate, you're closing the lining separate, just as you see mine here. Then once you're done with that, you're going to now notch on all this. Yeah, that part that looks like an armhole, just go ahead and notch it just so it is relaxed. Yeah. And now the next thing you're going to do is to turn it on the down part. You're going to match the side seam of the fashion fabric and the side seam of the lining. Just take your time and make sure you place it right side of the lining, going to the right side of the fashion fabric, pin it down all around, and then you're now going to sew with half-inch. After sewing, you're going to have something like this, and I've gone ahead to stitch down the lining and the fashion fabric here on the sleeve opening. Now the next thing I want you to do is to go ahead and measure around the sleeve opening. Start from one joining, either the shoulder or the side seam joining. You're going to start from that point and measure around. Then now you're going to bring in your ashoke. Now you can decide to like fold it like this and cut it that way it's single if you want to, or better still, you do it in a double form. That's what I ended up doing. So you're going to measure that same value you measured around your sleeve opening, and once you have it, you're going to make sure it is double now. That is for the two sleeves. And of course, you're going to add something to it of about 1 inch, just so you don't have any shortage. And then you cut it on that point. Also open it up here to make it two pieces for the two sides. And then again, you're going to determine which side you want to be visible. That's the stripes or which side you want to be hidden. Once you're done with that, you're going to just fold it into two this way. Then you're going to measure that same value again. You measure around your sleeve opening. Whatever it is you have left, you're going to use that to close it. After closing, you're going to fold it into two now. Yeah. And then that joining is where you'll be matching up on this side seam here, this side seam joining. Then which part you want to be visible, that is where you're going to place on your lining. Then you sew it. After sewing, you top stitch on the fashion fabric just so it's not visible on the ashoke. That is exactly how you to go about it. But then I added a slit here, and for you to have it finished up neatly like this, I'll be showing you the exact thing to do. So I just finished one side, I'll be showing you with this other side. What you're going to do is to make sure place the side seam of the other side like this. Then you're going to measure from the hem to where you want your slit to be. Make sure it's the same length with the other side that you already finished here. And then once you mark it down, like use your chalk to indicate it, you're going to open it up. Please don't use scissors at this point, or just make sure you are not tearing your fabric. But yeah, I can do it with my scissors and you see me doing that. Just basically go ahead and open it up. That seam that you use to close the lining and the fashion fabric separate, open it up, and then you're making sure that you're also marking that same value. That's the length of the slit on the lining. And once you're done, you're now going to stitch it back to that point where you marked. Just back stitch just to secure the stitch line there. And then I want you to notch this part. Since you already iron your dress and it create a crease line here, which is like the hem, just go ahead and notch it. It will be easier for you to work with it like that, yeah. And then you are also notching on this other side, because obviously you have two sides now for this particular part. I don't know if you get. Then once you're done, you're also going to finish up this part, stitch, back stitch, or use a tight stitch to secure the stitch there. And then once you're done with that, you are now going to finish it up, that slit. Now you're going to put your hand from this sleeve opening just on the fashion fabric, yeah. You use that to turn this part out, yeah. Once you're done with that, you're now going to take your time and arrange it properly. Match up the fashion fabric and the lining, and the allowance you use to close the lining and the fashion fabric earlier, yeah, separate. You're still going to have that crease line. Now turn it to this fashion fabric side, then follow that same crease line which you used to close it earlier on the side seam. Are you following? Just follow that same crease line and sew it to meet the other stitch that you still have on the fashion fabric that you used to close this side. At this point, everything here is self-explanatory. As you're going, you will be understanding it. Yeah. Just make sure that this one and this new stitch is meeting that one. Then you're sewing with your hemming gum so that at the end of the day, your lining will be coming out of your fashion fabric. So after that, you're going to fold it like you see mine here and iron it neatly to create that crease line. And you are just following the width of your ashoke on the shoulder. Just follow that and fold it. Can you see mine? And then you're going to iron it. That crease line is going to be on the front and also on the back, but the one on the front will be more clips than the one on the back because you are only trying to get it better on the front part. And once you're done, you're going to have it neatly finished in and out. This came out so well, and this finishing is something you can do with any other project aside your boubou. But once it is required to finish your boubou like this, because obviously you're going to meet people like that, people that make their boubous with lining, not just lining. This is a cotton lining. They just want everything to be sturdy and not collapsing after few washes. But yeah, I hope you found this tutorial very helpful. If you did, let me know in the comment section, and I'll be seeing you on my next one. Be good. Bye.